Have you ever looked at another person's success, their new car, their perfect life, and felt a heavy wave of sadness? Do you know what it feels like to feel small because you're comparing your first step to someone else's finished journey? That pain of not being enough is common. It stops many dreams. But the secret to real success is not found by looking outward, but by looking deep inside yourself. If you have ever been a person who felt lost in a big world, this story is for you. Once upon a time, in a small, dusty town lived a young man named Arif. Arif was 25 years old. He worked in a factory making simple clay pots. Arif had a magnificent dream. He wanted to start his own leather goods business, but he had a fatal flaw. He was addicted to comparison. Every day, he passed a large, white house of a successful man named Omar, who owned the town's biggest shop. Arif would stop. He would look at Omar's brand new motorcycle. Then he would look down at his dusty shoes. Omar is so lucky, Arif would sigh. He had money to start. I have nothing. While others focus on their work, Arif focused on Omar's life. He saw Omar's success as a high mountain he could never climb. Arif tried to start his business, but he quit after 2 attempts. Why? He saw a perfect advertisement from a big company and thought, my work is terrible compared to theirs. He threw his supplies away. He felt the cold weight of failure, caused only by his habit of comparing. One evening, after a second failure, Arif sat alone by the river, feeling terrible. Suddenly, an old man appeared. This was Uncle Kareem, a traveling teacher. Uncle Kareem sat beside Arif and took 2 small stones from his pocket. One was gray and rough. The other stone was smooth, bright, and polished. Arif, the old man said gently, which stone is more valuable? The bright one, of course, Arif replied. It is ready. It is beautiful. Uncle Kareem smiled. You are wrong, my son. They are exactly the same stone. This bright stone was once just this rough, dirty stone. He continued, his voice soft but firm. The bright stone did not look at the rough stone and cry about the difference. It just allowed the river of time and the sand of effort to work on it, slowly, every single day. The rough stone just needs patience and focus to become the shining stone. Arif held the 2 stones. His heart was heavy, full of the failures caused by his own impatience and comparison. He still didn't fully understand, but the words stayed with him. The next morning, Arif faced his crisis moment. He stood outside Omar's big white house, but he held the 2 stones. He remembered the wise words. It just allowed the river time and the sand of effort to work on it. For the first time, he truly understood. He was the rough stone. He had wasted his time comparing the result instead of starting the process. He made a powerful promise. I will only look at the stone in my hand, and I will start polishing. Arif went home. He pulled out the forgotten leather. It was hard. His hands bled, but he kept going. He worked from dawn until sunset. When he felt tired, he looked at the rough stone. 3 years later, Arif opened a small, cozy shop near the market. Arif's leather goods. He was still not rich, but he was respected and happy. He succeeded not by comparing his star to Omar's middle, but by applying consistent time and daily effort to his own craft. The people saw the determined, focused craftsman he had become. The universal lesson is this. Success is not about having a better starting point than others. It is about applying the sand of daily effort and the river of consistent time to the rough stone that you already are. Dear friend, the lesson of Arif belongs to you. When you compare your life to others, you stop polishing your own stone. You stop learning your English words. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Stop looking left or right. Start today. Focus on your hands. Spend 1 hour learning English, not 1 hour scrolling through someone else's perfect life. You have the power to create a masterpiece. If this story touched your heart and gave you courage, please hit the like button now. Subscribe to Stories for English Learner